Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, The Curious Mind. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. 20 toxic things to remove from your life to live peacefully. As you age, you start to get more aware of the way the world works. You start to realize how negativity affects you. The more you learn and work on improving your life, you learn you need to let go of certain negative things in life. Only when you release these negative things from life, you get to grow into the ideal version of yourself who live a more fulfilled and peaceful life. Isn't that what we all want? So let's see what toxic things we need to release from our lives forever to live happily. 1. Jealousy. Jealousy creates a void in your heart, a void you can never fill. Do you know why? When you are jealous of others' life, you start to compare yourself and your life to other people's and you can never feel satisfied. You are always thinking about lack and hating yourself for not having what others have. That makes you unhappy and full of hatred. As humans, feelings of jealousy are normal, but when it creeps up, practice gratitude. Focus on what you have instead of what you don't have. Learn to trust that you are always exactly where you are meant to be, no matter where you are. And if what others have is something important to you, you can always work for it. There is nothing you cannot achieve in the world if you put your heart and mind into it. So why be jealous, right? 2. People pleasing. People pleasing is a toxic trait that is harmful to you. When you are a people pleaser, it can be hard to say no to others and you chew in more than you can swallow. You also continue living in a toxic environment since you are afraid to create conflicts and say what you want. To stop people pleasing, you need to find out who you authentically are. There is no easy way to break free from people pleasing. You have been doing it for years, so it is uncomfortable when you start building boundaries. You have to get comfortable with the new version of you, even though it's hard. Eventually, you will feel stronger and happier because you are no longer tied to other people's expectations. 3. Excuses. You want to do so many things in life, but what holds you back? Excuses. It's a negative thing you need to release from life. If you look around and look for inspiration, you can find stories of people from all over the world who have achieved seemingly impossible feats from the place they were standing. And the truth is, they are common people like you and me who didn't let themselves stop when their dreams looked impossible. And what is possible for others is possible for you too. 4. Limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are deeply ingrained in your mind and you really trust those beliefs even if they are not true at all. Examples of some limiting beliefs are: I am not good enough. I can never be rich. I am ugly. No one likes me. It's possible for others, but not for me. Limiting beliefs prevent you from taking action at all. They need to go. 5. Regrets. Regrets are not all bad. Regrets teach us about our mistakes, what should or shouldn't have done. Regrets teach us important lessons, but we should be able to take the lesson and move on with a renewed spirit. Staying stuck in the past thinking about what could you have done differently or beating yourself up about those mistakes will never do you good. You can never change your past. So accept that and move on. The only thing you can do about your past is to forgive yourself and take the resolution that you will change your life based on the lessons you learned. 6. Unsatisfying career and relationships. Another toxic thing to remove from your life is an unsatisfying career or relationships that are a constant source of stress. We cling to them because of the fear of the unknown. We are afraid that without the current soul-sucking job you wouldn't be able to earn a living for yourself. Your job is a huge part of your life and it is the place you spend most of your time in a day. That means you spend the majority of your life doing this job. Make sure it is a fulfilling one. It's the same with relationships. Even though we know we are not treated the way we deserve to be, we stick around hoping for things to change. You know what? It may never happen, so just leave. 7. Comparisons. You might have heard the saying, comparison is the thief of joy. I don't want to be someone else. I am unique the way I am. We all are. There is no other you in the universe. And that's why we are here. We are not here by mistake. Accepting yourself as who you are after years of shaming may not be easy. But the sooner you start the journey, the sooner you feel better about yourself. Love yourself with all your flaws, physical and character-wise. You will feel content and liberated. And also, remember everyone's journey is different. Some people are better at covering their problems so that nobody knows what they are going through. 8. Clutter. Clutter affects us negatively. Recently I realized the fact that the lesser stuff I own, the better. A simple life is easier to manage and there is less stress. A simple life means you spend less energy to clean, and that also means more time and energy for things that really matter. And less clutter means you are more focused too. So, time to take your priority list out and declutter and donate everything that you don't use and add value to your life. 9. Fear of failure. Fear of failure is another toxic thing you should remove from your life because fear of failure keeps you from trying new things and going after your ideas, dreams. Sometimes more than the fear of failure, it's the fear of other people seeing us fail that keeps most of us from trying. We don't want to be embarrassed and we don't want to be shamed, and that keeps us from trying. You might be saving yourself from embarrassment, but you still will be living a life full of regret. The regret of what could have been and the regret of, what could have I achieved if I had tried? And that's not worth it. 10. Control. The need to be in control is not entirely a bad thing. It would help if you had some control over your life, or else you will be taken advantage of. But some people, including me, have problems when they have to delegate tasks or when things don't go exactly as per their plan. When I think everything that happens to me is either a blessing or a lesson, I can see why I should release some of the control. I am learning to surrender and swim with the flow of life, instead of preventing unpleasant things from happening to me. 11. Complaining. Complaining makes you focus on the negatives. You start forgetting about the positive things and it's easy to fall into the loop of complaining. When you start complaining, it also brings negativity to people around you. When you complain, you are giving out the negative energy and no one wants to be around a complainer. Instead of focusing on the negatives, think about the positives and be grateful for it. It can also help to improve your relationships. Then you might discover your life is better than you thought after all. 12. Unhealthy habits. We all have different bad habits. For some it is being addicted to smoking or alcohol, for others it could be a fast food addiction or binge watching Netflix or YouTube videos until the early hours of the morning. Whatever it is, you know they are unhealthy for you, because obviously if you have been doing it for a considerable amount of time you would be experiencing the negative effects. Make a step-by-step plan to eliminate the unhealthy habits from your life and instead substitute them with healthier habits, as these habits can directly affect your success with your other goals. 13. Phone addiction. Phone addiction is another negative thing to let go of, as it has affected our well-being considerably. It is affecting our relationships, daily productivity, and happiness in general. We get the urge to check our phones constantly to see what's new, and we are forgetting our closed ones. All for what? Useless social media updates. It's high time to put an end to this addiction and start living life fully. The time to smell the flowers is now. 14. Perfectionism. Perfectionism has its advantages and disadvantages. Perfectionism can help you to work harder and put sincere effort into your work. But then you won't be confident about your work until you think it's perfect according to your standards. Striving for excellence in your work is a good thing, but when you are a perfectionist, you feel the need to be the best or have the tendency to constantly compare your work with others to make sure you are still doing the best. This constant comparison and never-ending satisfaction can lead to procrastination and other mental health issues like anxiety, depression, eating disorders, etc. 15. Grudges. Do holding grudges ever make you feel good? You think you are doing the other party some damage by holding grudges. If you forgive, it can mean you lost and they win, right? They might not learn their lesson and repeat the same mistake to you again. Sometimes people can hurt you deeply and forgiving them is not easy, but carrying it forever in your heart is harder. Holding grudges only makes you suffer more. Whenever you are reminded of it, you will be hurt again and feel all negative. You will lose your sleep because you still can't digest what they did. You relive the same scene again and again in your mind and you keep hurting yourself, whereas it happened only once. Therefore, holding grudges is not worth it. 16. Victim mentality. If you want to be successful, take 100% responsibility for your life. Many of us play victims and give away our power to other people. It's easy to blame others and circumstances for our failures and missed opportunities. Always take responsibility for what happens in your life. Other people might be influencing your decisions, but in the end, you are the one who makes the choices. There are always misfortunes happening in life. If you are to blame your situations and people, you will always be miserable and unhappy. Even when misfortunes happen, you always have the choice to view them positively and try to learn the lesson it is offering you. 17. Staying in the comfort zone. When everything we want seems to challenge us and make us uncomfortable, sometimes we decide to stay within our comfort zone because we don't want to feel discomfort. No one likes it. It makes us nervous, scared, face judgments, etc. But the truth is, as human beings, we are here to grow, and growth involves pain. Even though it is uncomfortable, it is temporary. Staying in your comfort zone is a toxic thing to do, as it stunts your growth and makes you miss out on the beautiful experiences you could have had out there. In the end, a life well lived involves a lot of challenges, pain, and growth. Staying in the same place for 75 years and calling it life sound boring to me. What do you think? 18. Not speaking up. Another harmful thing to release from your life is not speaking up for yourself. Sometimes we believe the wrong concept that speaking our truth is rude, but burying it all inside is toxic for your mental well-being and you would have to live feeling suffocated. You can learn to speak your truth confidently without being rude. Our words may not be welcomed pleasantly by others, but the more important thing is to live a life that is in alignment with your truth. 19. Taking things personally. Taking things personally is a negative thing that makes you anxious and stressed in life, and therefore letting it go is important for your health. If you are a person who takes everything personally, you always feel offended. You think everything is about you, or you are the cause for other people's behavioral change in a conversation. One thing you can do to stop taking things personally is to stop making everything about you. What other people do is because of them, and not you. 20. Judging. Judging other people is a toxic thing we need to stop doing as a society. We never know why others do what they do. We never know what they are facing in life and how good or bad life is for them. Everyone goes through their own journey, and most people put a facade of a smile on their faces because they are not comfortable exposing their life story to everyone. That doesn't mean everything is all right in their end. And when we judge, most of the time it is about us. We are in fact reflecting a quality we don't like in ourselves upon them. It is the same when we are judged by others too. People feel the need to judge because they lack self-love and acceptance. They feel better about themselves when they can put others down. Therefore, when you get judged, it's mostly about them and not you. Similarly, when you judge others, remember it's about you and not about them. So, we have reached the end of the list. Let me know what other toxic things you think we need to remove from life in the comments below.
If you find this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell. Also be sure to check out our other videos as well. Thank you for watching.